Broadcast Sports Network, presented by Principal. Welcome, college basketball fans, to Wintrust Arena, Chicago, Illinois. We're getting set for Big East women's basketball. UConn, number 50 in the nation, 15-0 in Big East play, taking on DePaul. Coaches today, we've got some legends. Gino Auriemma and Del Bruno know each other very well, not just facing each other in Big East action, but fellow members of Team USA coaching staff. Between them, 1,989 wins. Amazing. Gino surpassed Mike Krzyzewski's second place all-time. All head coaches, men or women, in college basketball history, is 7 behind Tara Vanderveer, who Stanford Cardinal won today. Starting lineups for UConn: Paige Becker, second in the Big East in scoring behind Lucy Olson of Villanova. Ellie Edwards has become a force in the post, a double-double waiting to happen. Second in the conference in rebounding. So Paul, watch out for grad student Jory Allen. Just one rebound from 500 in her career. Great to have you with us from here in Chicago. Dave Bryant, Julianne Vianney, we're courtside. We're set to watch UConn in the visiting uniforms against DePaul. Second to last home game for the Blue Demons here in Julianne. We know UConn and Paige Becker is dominant against DePaul. They've won 24 straight.
Yeah, they've been really difficult to beat UConn. I mean, that's because these two teams play the fastest in the Big East. And what Doug Bruno told us is that we just can't quite play fast enough to hang with UConn, but they can't totally flip the switch when they play against them. So they've got no other choice but to play fast. But you've got to be ready to run and do things like that. Second chance opportunities.
He pulls the miss. Gilbert, partner, has the basket. Caitlin Gilbert, grad student transfer from Notre Dame and Missouri. Third stop, and here's the former National Player of the Year in Beckers. Passing to Mule. Now Croatia, long three, a miss. Kate Clark and company on the move for DePaul. Can't hit. Right wing jumper out of bounds, and back to UConn.
And if DePaul wants to be successful, it's going to be all about efficiency and just being in the right place at the right time, like Gilbert was there for the O board and put back. She's having one of her best seasons. She's been a tremendous defensive player, so when she can give some on offense, that's huge for DePaul.
Shea, the freshman, touch baseline, spins. Not this time. And a rebound for Gilbert. Fourth leading scorer for the Blue Demons entering play here today.
Nice.
Gilbert open, great feed, no finish. She will shoot some free throws. A great pass from the wing coming from Maid McFarland.
That's just major miscommunication from the Huskies, which we don't see very often from them. They're such a good defensive team where they're always communicating. If somebody got lost on the backside, great recognition.
One more free throw here for Gilbert. All 3 points early in the game for Caitlin. Third stop, 4 years for her. We talked about her time at Notre Dame and then Missouri for 1 year. Last year, 31 games for the Tigers in the SEC. A key part of the Mizzou attack. The transfer to DePaul, she's been a major weapon this year for Doug Bruno. It's 4-0, Gilbert. Make it 4-2, good take to the basket from KK Arnold.
Yeah, that's what KK's been doing throughout the season. The freshman has started the last 22-plus games. Not something expected, but with all the injuries, she's gotten so much run.
Aaliyah Edwards, the overplay, the steal, the run out, and the finish.
That's where UConn can be so deadly defensively.
2-game win streak for the Huskies. Xavier, Georgetown, and Creighton. Had 6 days off between games. DePaul, an 8-game break. Rested for this tough one today. There's Clark, 3. Nice lefty runner for 2.
Yeah, how about that cut from Clark? It's a great curl to the hoop.
Beckers open, buries it.
Just like that, you can't sit on a make. You've got to be able to get back in transition defense, or the Huskies will really kill you.
58-3, Julianne. You hear the lead, the UConn attack. Former National Player of the Year. Back from the injuries that basically cost her 2 seasons last year, out for the entire year with a torn ACL.
She shook the rust off this season.
Has she ever? Allen a miss. Rebound for Edwards, the senior. One of the top rebounders in the Big East. Beckers again. Not this time, this fires. Rebound down low for Edwards. No putback with the left. Caitlin Gilbert on the move, thinking about the rebound and run out for DePaul. Taken away. Great defense from Nika Mule. KK Arnold, the fake, the drive. Had a block, Jory Allen.
Boy,
came over with some help defense and said no, Julianne.
Yeah, great help defense, and the defense from earlier just leading to offense here. Aaliyah Edwards, you see she's poaching, just watching the eyes, reading passing lanes. She's on such a roll. Aaliyah Edwards, her last 5 games, she has taken it to a new level. She's had 4 double-doubles, averaging 20 points, 12 boards over the last 5 games.
Joe Oriema today, partner, talked about defending the 3. Foul on Allen a moment ago. An off-ball cut, shade. Perfectly run inbounds play for Coach Oriema and UConn, her first 2.
Shade had a big game the last time they played DePaul, had 21 in that one, got a lot of minutes.
Clark taking 3, buries it from deep.
See, this is where DePaul can be tough, and if you catch DePaul on a hot night, they can really play with anyone in the country.
We had a very entertaining 30-minute conversation with Gina Oriema today at the UConn student round, and he talked about exactly that point. Clark, who's hit 8 threes in a game this year, has the rebound, and she's fouled.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why DePaul's 4-11 in the Big East is because they've been a little inconsistent, but it doesn't mean that they haven't had some hot games, and that was just a really nice job by Kate Clark, turning the corner, setting her feet, and then just nailing it from distance. But this is a DePaul team that can really shoot it. That's the way that Doug Bruno is coached.
Becker's overplay, great steal for UConn. Here's the run out for Paige Beckers. She'll shoot some free throws. Foul in transition against McFarland, that's her first.
But you've got to limit turnovers against UConn, that's for sure.
Let's take a look. Partnered our keys to the game, brought to us by the U.S. Army today.
You see UConn, they push the pace no matter who they play, and a lot of that's off turnovers that they can run. And you've got to defend the 3 as well, and then ball control and smart shot selection for DePaul, which you want to make sure you're not turning it over against this Connecticut team, because they can get it out and create opportunities off that. But they need to be efficient in order to hang with UConn. It's a very slim margin for error.
Very slim. Might be an understatement.
Most teams, I would say, when you face them.
Miss Becker's rebound, a second chance at it from 3, and short from long range. Gilbert defensive glass for DePaul. Here's the run out for Caitlin Gilbert. Clark again, a 3-point ace. A back iron miss. Good track down rebound from Nika Mule. KK Arnold, transition defense. Doug Bruno told us this week in our chat with a legendary DePaul coach said it would be so important. The roll for Edwards, her second field goal.
Hard to match up with Aaliyah Edwards. I don't know that anyone on the court can, but...
Clark by herself, Julianne for 2.
Yeah, wow. The Huskies getting lost with the speed of DePaul's tempo here.
Whoa, and how about Kay Clark with the aggressive play on the sideline? She's out of bounds, but quite an effort.
You really like the intensity here from DePaul to start this game. They're playing with a sense of urgency and like they can hang with UConn. No intimidation.
Clark the last 7 for DePaul. And a 1-point game of foul call. Peoples picks it up.
We haven't even seen Peoples get too many touches here yet. That's DePaul's main squeeze right there. She's got to get some touches.
Her first foul. Naya Peoples transfer from Notre Dame. 18 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, and 92 assists to lead the way for Doug Bruno this year. A little perspiration, a little cleanup on the sideline. Rod Creech, Brandon Enterline, and Courtney Robinson, the on-court officiating crew here today in Chicago.
Really nice crowd here tonight, too.
Great crowd. Becker's inbounds play. Fantastic. Her second field goal.
She's so smooth. Her mid-range game is just so good.
Michelle Cedar, transfer from Michigan. On the court. Trying to find Peoples, picked. Great defense from Mule, one of the tops in steals in the nation. KK Arnold runs the court beautifully and lays it in.
Those are the little things Nika Mule does. She gets right in front of a post player, and then she gets the steal.
McFarland, the quick take for 2 off the glass with the right fast-paced game. Doug Bruno wants this.
Yeah, he wants this because, you know, he doesn't feel, like I said earlier, that they can change the way they play. I mean, that's how they play everybody. It sometimes gets them some wins, and sometimes it doesn't.
Mule for shade. Team's third leading scorer. Mule to take. That looked easy. The C's part for Nika Mule for 2.
Yeah, you see how calm and cool Nika Mule is. Nothing really rattles her.
11 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds against Creighton. Last game for UConn at home. Clinched a tie for another Big East regular season title. McFarland has that one rounded out. Edwards, defensive glass for UConn.
That was a tough game at the half. It was 31-31.
It was tied after the first and at halftime, right? Edwards baseline, a lot of contact. Runs into Maskowicz, and Bryn picks up her first foul.
And we've got ourselves a battle here, and KK Arnold in transition because Nika Mule just knows where to find you. The finish down low. We've got ourselves a tight one. DePaul in transition with the finish.
College basketball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Principal. When you take care of your team, they take care of business. By AT&T. We believe connecting changes everything. And by the U.S. Army. Be all you can be.
Absolute legends of college basketball coaching, men and women, extraordinary gentlemen and great friends. Team USA experience, Julianne, we talked about together. We had a great chat with Coach Bruno this weekend today with Gino at the team practice. They had dinner last night. Gino's agent paid. I bet the bill was pretty high.
A great steakhouse.
Local steakhouse they went to. They said it was awesome. They have such great things to say about each other, what they've meant for college basketball, both internationally and here at home.
They really have. I mean, they've got that camaraderie, and they've both been around the game for so long. They both also had to adjust to a lot of changes in the way that things have changed over the years as college basketball coaches. But, you know, it was just interesting hearing Doug Bruno talk about Gino, and he said, you know, he doesn't care about the number of wins he has personally. The only thing he's ever cared about is how many championships they've won, how many national championships they've won, and they are looking for number 12.
It's all about really 11, right? It's all about 11. Inbounds play's broken up. Got to find Edwards out of the timeout. The timeout play didn't work out so well. Peoples the touch. Beckers checks her. Short. Rebound loose. Pulled down by DePaul. Cedar, second chance. Kick out McFarland. Thinking three. That's something Gino Oriema told us today. It's out of bounds, and DePaul has the ball, Julianne. He said, doesn't matter if they miss, they'll keep hoisting threes all game. That's the way that DePaul's blueprint is set up to try to upset Gino Oriema tonight. Yeah,
that's how they play. They don't go away from that. They live and die by the three ball, and sometimes they live, sometimes they die. But that's what they're going to do. They're continuing to rebound here. I like these extra possessions.
Gilbert thinking three. Online but short. And a rebound for Edwards. Lots of cracks at it, but they can't hit the deep ball.
They get lucky that possession that they did not finally make one.
0 for 4 on the possession. Tough. Reverse layup for Mule. That was pretty. Nika Mule from Croatia. We talked about the fact she's so great with assists. 182 dimes this year. 4 already through the first media timeout of our first quarter.
Her numbers are up offensively this year, too.
Spectacular player. Single season record assists last year for her. For Mule, 284. You set a record. You break the records held by Sue Bird at UConn. You're doing something spectacular on the college basketball scene. That's something else.
Yeah, she had the ball in her hand a lot last season. This year she's actually had to cough it up more to KK Arnold. They've got Shade as well to handle the ball.
Great pass. Deep post. Edwards was set. And once again, that entrenched in the right low block for Lee Edwards. There's no moving her.
Right, and you can't let her catch it that far. If she's that deep in the paint, she's automatic. So you've got to find a way to be physical. DePaul's a pretty physical team in general, but you got to push her out a little bit further, or she's impossible.
And bad news for Doug Bruno. Anaya Peoples just picked up her second foul. So as we see, Shade check out, freshman for UConn. Peyton Samuels comes in. Not a lot of subs we'll see in the game from Gino Oriema. So many players injured. 5 key players out for the year. We'll tell you about. Here's Gilbert off the missed free throw, and a blocking foul is called.
Players are out for him, but they just have that next one up mentality. He's just got so much talent that he has a great player to turn to.
Jade Edwards' first appearance for DePaul. Peoples out with the 2 fouls. That was KK Arnold's second foul a moment ago. So the UConn depth, which is so thin, and maybe a reason they have lost 5 games this year. All to really good teams.
All ranked teams in the top 16 right now.
Yeah, I mean, the net is number 2 for UConn. Don't feel badly for the Huskies. Allen Really great defense from Edwards, just shut her off. Transition for Samuels.
That's nice. That's a pretty shot.
7 straight made field goals for Gina Oriema's Huskies. Timeout DePaul. Timeout from Doug Bruno and DePaul tomorrow, 12:30 Eastern. Europe with some pitch plays. We head to the iconic Stadio Olimpico for a battle between Roma and Torino. It's Serie A here on CBS Sports Network and streaming live on Paramount. Plus, great soccer coming your way. Great basketball here today in Chicago. Dave Juliana and entire crew on CBS Sports Network. UConn trying for yet another win in the Big East. They're 15-0 league play. Clark the touch. Good feed from McFarland, but no finish. And KK Arnold with the 2 fouls has the defensive rebound. Beautiful Arnold lost the handle. Great hustle. Jory Allen is everywhere. The grad student. A tie up. Possession goes the other way.
You know, what's interesting is DePaul is first in the Big East in steals. 10 per game. So they force 18 turnovers a game. It's hard to do that against UConn, but that is typically how they play. And UConn is right under them.
Also top for Doug Bruno in offensive rebounds, 12.8 per game. UConn at 10.1 steals per game, so a good matchup of vets between these two Big East teams. Nice touch in deep and finish, really muscling through traffic for Jory Allen.
That's the physicality that they need out of Jory Allen.
Husky with their last 7. DePaul won for its last 9. And it goes right back to the Blue Demons.
But how about Jory Allen here? Does a great job posting up. Aaliyah Edwards goes right at her with the finish. I like that she's feeling her shoulder. See, she goes middle here where she notices Edwards is kind of on the other side of her, but a smart play.
Allen has 1 rebound. That's 500 for her career. Congrats to Jory. It's pretty awesome. Major milestone there. Kick out Edwards. Paige Becker is a piece of it. It's out of bounds off the hands of Gilbert and turned over. So missing dogs, we talked about it. Julianne, so many key players. I mean, almost an All-American type high school roster anyway of players who are out for the year.
I know, and it's just crazy. Griffin will be back next year as well, and it's amazing, easy fun. And Paige Beckers have barely played together. 2 of the top picks ever.
Samuels is free. Left wing jumper short for the freshman. Yeah, they played 14 games together all the time. That's it, because of the various catastrophic injuries.
I'd like to see them play together next year.
I know.
Paige Beckers announcing her return.
She's coming back. People's back in with 2 fouls. Long on a 3. Back on a miss. Gilbert, offensive rebound. And lays it in.
Nice play. Now, a lot of these O boards are leading to extra possessions for the Blue Demons.
6.6 rebounds for Caitlin Gilbert to begin the game here.
Gilbert's
awesome.
Yeah, she's tracking the ball.
Final moments of the quarter. Becker's in the corner, long range shot is hit. Shade free, deep jumper, quarter over here in Chicago. Gives us a chance to take a breath. Wow, lots of action. End of the first, you're watching.
The injuries the last couple of years, but this year she really has shaken off the dust, and it hasn't been easy for her to come back. And, you know, we talked to Coach Oriema about that before the game, and she said she wants to play more than 2 years at UConn. She came to UConn to play for UConn, to get better at UConn, to be one of those players on the banners. I mean, she's got that it factor. Clearly one of the best players in the country. I mean, of course, we talk a lot about Caitlin Clark, who's been phenomenal, and nobody's knocking what she's done, but Beckers is right up there with her ability. And it's been fun to see her back on the floor.
It was pretty cool the way she worded it, too. She said, unfortunately, and then paused. Oh, this is not my last senior day. The fans just went berserk at UConn. You know, Amber was a little surprised. He saw the reaction there and didn't know what to expect exactly.
Found out. I don't know.
Well, he told us today she is one of those players who looked to the rafters and said, make some room for me up there. I'm going to retire my #1 day at UConn.
That's
why she wanted to come back.
And not everyone's got that fearlessness, because you go to UConn and you can feel the pressure of having to hang with the greats, but she's not afraid, and neither is that young lady.
Gilbert has been great so far here, Julianne. 8.7 rebounds.
She's playing
Caitlin Gilbert
out of her mind right now.
Keep the ball in this one. Mueller thinking 3. Too strong this time. From the wing. Track down. Who's got it? Clark has been everywhere. Omnipresent in this first half for DePaul. People's really quiet. Edwards off the bench for Doug Bruno. Allen, patient, half-court offense this time. Clark thinking three. Got it.
Wow, that's what Kate Clark does. Must be the name, huh? I mean, wow. She is really feeling the hot hand here. Good ball reversal.
Got 2 threes in the game so far. Hit 8 in a game. That one's turned over. Miscommunication there for UConn. 8 against Louisville earlier this year.
But it's the sense of urgency. Caitlin Gilbert has been tremendous, looking for her shot in rhythm. She's doing it in a bunch of different ways. The ball reversal here for the 3 for Kate Clark, who is ready. She is ready to catch and shoot.
Gilbert and Clark, 18 of the calls, 22 so far. Mule the overplay. Clark regains, then launches and misses. And it's out of bounds. Good effort from Allen.
And I think that was a heat check for Clark.
You know about that, right? I mean, your days at Marist, sometimes you're hot. It's like, it's going up.
You're just feeling it.
I'm feeling good right now. It's going up, coach.
That's right.
Kate Arnold has returned here, Julianne, with the 2 fouls. And Samuels, good effort for the freshman off the bench for UConn, takes a seat. Julianne had talked about his team today. So thin with the injuries we documented. Their net is number 2. The ranking is 15. They're about to wrap up another Big East title. Here's Beckers. Floats and hits 2 more. He wasn't overly optimistic. The Huskies made the Sweet 16 last year, that they're going to make a championship run with all their losses due to injuries.
Right. You know, it has to do with a lot of factors, with injuries, talent, all that. It's going to be difficult to do this year. But
he said, I'm just being realistic.
Yeah. But make no mistake, you don't want to play UConn in the NCAA tournament, right? And Kate Clark for DePaul has really come to play against this Husky squad. She's doing it, curling to the basket, but especially from 3, she's spacing the floor out with her ability to knock it down from distance with confidence. And they're moving the basketball nicely here and getting Clark the ball. She's been great.
Big threes against Louisville in non-conference, second best in the Big East Conference this year. Single game effort from beyond the arc for Clark. And she's been awesome so far today. Great ball movement, the feed down low. And the lay-in. Spin for 2 for Ice Brady off the bench. Freshman at 6'3" from San Diego.
Another big body that Coach Orama can get in the game. He doesn't have a lot of that this season.
Anaya Peoples really good fake. And the roll.
And good to see Peoples get herself going a little bit.
12, 20-plus point game for Anaya Peoples. Her first field goal of the game. You know, as a player, sometimes you get the 2 fouls. You lack the confidence to take it into the basket. Foul called. Edwards right back to the free throw line.
Great job here from Mika Mueller. Of course, Edwards with a good high-low pass into her fellow post player in Brady. And, you know, she was out all last season with that patella tendon, so she was a red shirt. But she has some moments where she really creates some buzz.
Two fouls, Allen. One more free throw here for Edwards. This Brady, 5th ranked repeat nationally, 2022 McDonald's All-American. It's so common to hear that. The Jordan All-American, Under Armour All-American, McDonald's. When you read the bios of the UConn players, I mean, it's a who's who of high school talent.
And then he somehow keeps them at Connecticut.
Right.
So they're doing something right.
He documented his whole career pretty much with us this morning. He talked about, he said 35 years old, he thought he'd stay at UConn. Yeah, 2-3 years, you know, build him up a little bit, make him a little better. Some contact with Allen just outside the paint, bodies everywhere. Let's sort this out. It's worked out pretty well for Gino.
I would say so. He didn't really expect it. And, you know, when we asked him about just his record and just what he's done, and you know, he really was just, he told us he was really just busy doing it. You know, you don't really think a lot about it. You never set that out as a lofty goal. Then you just find it, you look up and you're just like, wow, how did this happen?
Wow is right. Ice Brady partner picks up her first foul. Gilbert has been fantastic. 10 to shoot here. 2-time transfer. Becker's the overplay. Anaya Peoples.
Not too many passes.
Too many passes.
Could have taken that shot.
Maskowicz, the grad student from Calgary, Alberta, couldn't find a clean handle. Taken back by UConn. 11 national titles for Gino. He won his first 10 national championship games. 10 for 10.
Incredible.
It is incredible. Brady, good touch, good finish.
Yeah, that's a nice job, and Brady getting some time here.
14 straight Final Fours. It's amazing. Peoples, you think about the great program DePaul's had, and Doug Bruno's done an amazing job here. They haven't made the NCAA tournament since '97. On the other end, how about it, Beckers? Spectacular.
She makes it look so easy, right? I mean, she's just so calm and smooth with her game.
This has a pro game feel to it, Julianne.
A very good does.
We are moving here. Beckers has 10.
Two
First
high
players in
octane.
double figures for UConn. Sorry about that, partner. Foul call.
Paige Beckers here, nice little Euro step to the rim, and she doesn't shy away from that contact with the finish. She's got that stride. That is just a beautiful play right there. Little hang time.
Little English.
That's right.
Reverse layup for two. That was something else. 2 fouls on Ice Brady. So foul trouble is a story here for each side in our first half. Depth will be tested on a bounce. Allen overplay. Perfectly done by Edwards. Huskies 11 points off turnovers. Mule to the basket. No finish this time with a nice take with a solo one-handed move to the 10. McFarland thinking 3. Too strong. Out of bounds. A break in Chicago. Huskies running and gunning. 11-point lead on the Blue Demons in the Big East. 20th, 88-51. Ball looks better here tonight. Tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern, Cats CAA Hoops. A doubleheader. Drexel takes on Delaware, followed by UNCW on the road at Campbell in Bowie's Creek, North Carolina. All tips off on CBS Sports Network. Can't wait for that. CAA yesterday had a chance to call Charleston. Julianne, they won on the road at Towson, beat Pat Scary's team easily. Cougars defending champs, really good again this year. Speaking of really good, Paige Beckers.
Paige Beckers is capable of making highlight reel plays. I mean, she's just been so smooth today on the floor. She's spotting up from distance, spaces the floor out. She's got the ability in the mid-range to knock it down. Having a little Euro step with the English and the finish to the rim. What can't she do? And I'll never forget when I talked to Gino about her coming in, and he said that when she's coming in to UConn, he said she is more than the hype. Like, she is better than advertised, and at her worst, she's still pretty good. And, you know, we've never really seen her at her worst, to be honest. She's always playing so well, but, you know, just a fun player to watch.
Spoke with Gino today about Paige Beckers thinking 3 here. This one rattles out.
He wishes she'd take 30 shots a game.
Comparing her to Caitlin Clark, and yet different. Lisa Bluter, Iowa, different offenses. Clark is spectacular, National Player of the Year. Again, the way Paige Beckers was before she was hurt. But Caitlin Clark shoots more.
Different
she does
types
score
of
more.
players,
Yeah, and the top scorer in the nation at 32.4 points a game. Also turns it over a lot more.
Right.
And something Gino said to us today, I would never want Paige, and she would never want to play the way Clark does with a turnover. It's a different play.
It's just a different type of play.
Right.
She won't take that many shots. She passes a lot of shots up. Looks to give her teammates the ball. Wow.
Not to take anything away from the all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball history.
Both phenomenal players, just very different styles.
Peoples coming in 18 points a game, but that one rattles out on her. Keep a double-figure lead here for UConn. Just over 4 to go in our second quarter.
Nice.
The seal again, and she's just too good.
Wide open.
Aaliyah Edwards establishes Peoples other end out of the made basket. McFarland and company are running for DePaul. Allen deep touch. Does not face the basket. Once Edwards establishes position, Julianne, it's over. Forget it.
Too physical down low, and they've kept it simple for Aaliyah Edwards throughout this season. You know, Coach Oriano told us, you know, she's really done a good job just doing the little things, establishing her feet in the lane, finishing layups. That's a big thing when you're a post player. Believe it or not everybody can make layups. Aaliyah Edwards is so good at that. She can really be a force and run the floor better than any post player I've seen in the nation.
Ice Brady picks up her 3rd foul. So she'll have to check out for UConn, and KK Arnold also with some foul trouble with a couple personals that's back on the court for Gino here. Allen to the free throw line. Has one more coming up. AT&T at the half. Brent Stover, Rika Foster-Brasby will break down this game, get you caught up on all the other action around the country. It's all coming up on AT&T at the half. Tara Vanderveer, Stanford beat Arizona State today in the Pac-12. Another win for her. 12-10. 1,210.
She is another one. You can't even.
Becker's back cut, open pump fake, and one. Paige Beckers. She's just too good.
What a job moving without the basketball. And you know, Paige Beckers has moved positions this year. She is a point forward for Connecticut. And in every area of the floor, she is so adept and so good at finishing, whether she's around the rim or she's popping out, knocking down threes. But right there was off-ball movement that got her that layup. And she's a matchup nightmare for teams.
Is she ever? And Gino did point that out this morning that she's out of position because of all the injuries. Not playing where she usually would. As a playmaking guard, yeah. I mean, she's a 4 now. Foul call, that's against the ball on the rebounding position. Aaliyah Edwards hits the hardwood. And that is going to be on Allen, and that's her third. So Jory Allen's got 3. That's really bad news for Doug Bruno.
It is, because he needs her on the floor. She's been really good in terms of her, her physicality. So that could hurt them big time.
6th grad student from Calgary, Alberta, as you see the foul trouble. Bryn Maskowicz back on the court here for DePaul. Beckers, that's a mismatch with Maskowicz. Passing for Edwards, who hits from the top of the key. Inside, outside, doesn't matter. Aaliyah Edwards is awesome.
That ball movement and the domination continues from Edwards.
12.7 rebounds in the end of the first half already for her. Thinking about yet another double-double. Leads the Big East in that category, got 12. I feel a 13th coming on, Julianne. Good pass to Clark from Maskowicz for 2.
Yeah, what I like about Clark is she does really well moving without the ball. She relocates, and her teammates find her.
Great off-ball cut, good finish. Another foul. Leah Edwards has been everywhere for UConn in this first half.
Yeah, I think Leah Edwards can get whatever she wants. Nobody on the floor can cover her. She draws you out and knocks down the 15-footer. She's really perfected that shot. When you see her knock down the 3, she's going to be an even bigger 3-level scorer.
So Bryn Maskowicz has just picked up her 2nd foul. So the foul trouble continues here.
And that's just because DePaul plays physical. They're not afraid to mix it up. They're getting themselves in some foul trouble here.
Carliso Harry's into the game. First time for her. Bruno's got to go deep in the bench. And Maya Peoples, spin cycle move on Beckers, but had it blocked.
Look at that defense from Beckers.
Wow. Doing it all here, Juliette. Incredible. Here's Shea. There's a 3.
And all because of the defense from Beckers leading to the offense.
Timeout, Doug Bruno. He has seen it up. UConn looking good.
Hold on. The Grand Cherokee is the...
Drills it, but not enough credit given to the UConn defense. And Doug Bruno told us that before the game. We talk a lot about their offense, but their defense is what gets them W's.
Shea got this time for beat, does have 2 threes in the first half, but catches up with a loose ball and creates the turnover for Mule. Look at the ball movement. Samuels juggles, regains. Drives in, can't finish. Stick back for 2.
Yeah, that second chance opportunity. This game here could get away from DePaul. This is a huge moment. It's just under the 2-minute mark, and it's really getting away from them.
They come at you in waves, Julianne. They are relentless. With a bunch of All-Americans on the court. Maya Peoples pulls it up. A mismatch with Mule there, but does not face the basket. Here's Clark. An offensive start for DePaul, first half and a miss. Peoples over the back, no whistle. Save shade to Aaliyah Edwards. I'll make that Nika Mule. 4 points, 6 assists for Mule in the first half. Shade, 2-player game. Edwards drives the basket for 2. Got right by Clark.
She's so tough. I mean, the way that she can put it on the deck. You just can't telegraph your passes.
16-3 run here. As Gilbert had that great start to the game, returns for Doug Bruno. Ball in some serious trouble. 1 minute to go, second quarter. Newell and company slowing things down here. More deliberate for Gino Auriemma in the half court.
They're so tough in the half court game, very disciplined.
Beckers. Fouled.
I think they're in the bonus here.
They are, that's 5.
Yeah.
Second quarter, so free throws come up. Paige Beckers for Gino Auriemma scores more than 20. It's 24 points a game, 57% from the field, 51% from 3 in those games, and she's headed toward another 20-plus game here tonight.
That's why you want her taking 30 shots if possible.
That's right.
Because she's so efficient. When you look at the numbers, it would be great if she could take even more, but she's just been so smooth. She lets the game come to her. She doesn't force the action. He's giving her a little breather here. He's cognizant of her injuries. He doesn't want to overplay her either.
Edwards and Becker's partner, 23 points, 23 for the ball. Pretty impressive. First half. Game clock, shot clock. Differential, see it there. About 4 seconds. Here's Gilbert. 6 on the shot clock for DePaul. She spins, looking for a roll, doesn't get it, will shoot free throws. With 7.9 to go in the second quarter. First foul on Shane.
That was much needed for DePaul. They've gone for about 2 minutes without a field goal. You really can't go into any sort of drought when you play the Huskies because they're just too good offensively.
Gilbert, great year, 18th in the nation, steals, 71. Last game for DePaul, she had 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and a loss to the Pirates. And 3 stops, 41 career double-figure scoring games. Had a really great career, and as a mom.
Yeah, incredible.
So cool.
The mom has her little 2-year-old running around at practices, and the way she manages it all, it's just really impressive.
Comes up empty there. Final seconds. It's Beckers with 2 seconds. She'll launch a 3. Not this time. But a tremendous first half for 15th ranked UConn, putting up 53 on DePaul.
Yeah, you could not have asked for a better response to the Huskies, and a huge run there to end the half and really take this lead and blow it up.
Big lead for the legendary Hall of Fame coach Gino Auriemma and UConn. Into the second quarter. After the break, it's Brent Stover and Tarika Foster-Bradley on New York Studio. You're watching March to March, presented by Principal on CBS Sports Network. CBS Sports Network, presented by Principal. Taylor Swift night here at Wintrust Arena. Local artist Annika Wooten paints Taylor upside down, Julianne, and then the reveal at the end of the Swiftie song. Look at that flip.
That's tough muscles
That
right
was
there.
amazing.
That was really
take that home.
impressive.
Think it would fit on the plane?
I thought
the
she was
overhead?
going to drop it. She didn't. I would take it home if I was Taylor.
A lot of fans enjoying Taylor Swift night, and a lot of UConn fans enjoying what really has been a great first half for them. A 10-0 run in the first half. Edwards and Beckers each have double figures.
Yeah, they were just tremendous. The two of them really took hold of this game. After DePaul really came out pretty hard at the very beginning of the game, they stuck with them for a while, but their turnovers is what really killed them. UConn's got 15 points off of the 10 turnovers for DePaul, and you just have to love the way that UConn has played right now.
That was our AT&T game summary. Thanks to Payne. Impressive for Gino Auriemma's team. Paige Beckers, really impressive in the opening 20 minutes.
She was tremendous, knocking them down from everywhere, playing with that poise and confidence that you love to see from her, getting to the basket at will, popping out and knocking down threes, and she had a little bit of help with Aaliyah Edwards, who is just such a dominant force in the paint. She's so good at recognizing where to get her hands in play defensively. She can put it on the deck and take you like a guard. And this is just a dynamic duo if I've ever seen one able to in the country right here.
Another double-double for Edwards. How about that 15 on the year? That is awesome. 29 points between them. And they wrap up the first half on a 10-0 run. Good start for DePaul. Had an early lead. UConn stormed them really from that point on. Foul trouble. A huge issue for DePaul in the first half. Beckers, the inbounds play. That was a set right out of halftime, and she goes to the free throw line to shoot two.
Yeah, really nice play to start, but you're right, DePaul got in a lot of foul trouble. I thought when Jory Allen went out of the game, that was trouble for them because she was their big body inside who's not afraid to bang around a bit. But they've had a hard time matching up with UConn, so fouling quite a bit.
15 points Edwards, now 15 points for Paige Beckers. 2 fouls, Caitlin Gilbert. So that continues to be a major headline for Doug Bruno's Blue Demons here. Great pass down low. And a really good finish for Kate Clark, off-ball cut.
Yeah, really good moves, and without the ball, those are the things that they were doing in the first half, which created some opportunities around the rim. But it's the ball movement, it's the movement without the ball as well, the cutting action from Kate Clark. That's what gets her some shots off the rim.
Paige McElwain, sophomore. 7 games, 21 starts for her. Handles here for DePaul. Clark never shy from 3. Reno.
And she's feeling it. Another confident start to this half. This is important here, this third quarter, to really come out strong if the Blue Demons want to keep this within reach.
He's got 17, partner, and 3 threes in the game tonight for Doug Bruno. Fearless from deep. Beckers operates. KK Arnold in the corner. That's a 3. Too strong. Weak side rebound. Gilbert the track down. Here comes DePaul. Great feed. It's Allen with the 3 fouls. Good pump fake, draws the foul herself. And she'll go to the free throw line here.
Tremendous transition here, but the possession before, Clark just knocking one down again. Her favorite area of the floor back there, but she's also made some nice cuts to the basket, done some other things, and then DePaul gets another opportunity running the floor to get to the foul line here.
3 fouls on KK Arnold, Big East preseason freshman of the year. And Allen missed the first, hits the second for DePaul. Bad Jeff played for DePaul, coaching legend. Wayne Minor here at DePaul in Chicago on their campus.
That's why she's such a high IQ player.
Pretty cool. Here's Mueller, taking 3, short this time. Track down for Anaya Peoples in the corner. .601 for DePaul. Peoples off-ball cut through the paint. Lost the handle. Bumped by KK Arnold. Was dangerously close to committing her 4th foul.
But you saw
out of bounds.
And you saw Ashlyn Shade, though, right there on the help defense. As soon as Peoples catches it.
You're right, Peoples has been smothered in this game, Juliet. No chance really to get going. Case in point, here's the back now. McElwain. Deep 3 try in the corner. Not this time. And a foul call, some contact in the lane. Two fouls on Leah Edwards of UConn.
Both teams continuing to battle.
Been a physical game, no question. McElwain a bounce for Allen. Kick out. Gilbert thinking 3, way short this time. Rebound for Mule. UConn's on the move. Here's the trail. Not this time for Edwards. Top of the key jumper.
That's where Edwards likes it, though, right? She has really perfected that little jumper.
Miscommunication that time.
You got to make sure you're not standing around too much if you're DePaul and getting stagnant. They don't love the half court.
Congrats go up as KK Arnold returns to the UConn bench to Doug Bruno. First-time finalist, Naismith Hall of Fame. Among 15 first-time finalists this year. Some huge names: Simone Augustus, Rick Barnes, Vince Carter, Bill Laimbeer, the czar of the telestrip.
Yeah.
Mike Fratello.
Oh, wow.
I'm not sure if you remember.
That's right.
Marv Elmer and Mike Fratello calling games.
I do. I know Marv, of course, Marv.
Mule in the corner, buries a three.
Marv's a legend, but
Absolutely. Couple legends there, no doubt about it. Not a big night for either team from beyond the arc. The Huskies have been incredible from 2 in this game. And people on the run can't hit. Now the rebound for Ice Brady. Had 3 first-half fouls back on the floor here for UConn. Shade regains and hits.
Shade's tough. I mean, she's a 5-time Big East Freshman of the Week player. I mean, she's really come on strong this season. Gotten so much playing time. She's going to be in a good spot next year.
Third Husky double figures in this game. Clark misfires from 3. Shade a hand on it. And it comes out to Edwards on the loose change rebound, adding to her total. 15 points, 11 rebounds for her. Shade in the corner. Not this time from 3. Another board for Edwards. Stick back for 2. The stats are piling up for Lee Edwards. Another double-double against Doug Bruno and DePaul.
At Ameriprise,
CBS Sports celebrates Black History Month, paying tribute to the triumphs, influence on culture, and legacy of achievement. Great moment pregame here. China Lions, 2-time All-American, and DePaul's all-time leading scorer, inducted into the school's Athletic Hall of Fame in 2005. Prior to the game tonight, really cool moment. DePaul officially retired her jersey. The first woman in school history, any sport, to receive this honor. Others who have their names up in the rafters here, Julianne, George Mikan, Mark McGuire, Terry Cummings. That happened last night. And Diana Vines, a legend at DePaul, all-time greatest women's player, joins that list. Yeah,
what an awesome opportunity for her. She brought out a lot of fans, and it's amazing that it's taken this long, right? Look at these numbers. 2-time All-American back here, and all smiles. Big accomplishment.
And she had a big contingent of family and friends on the court pregame to honor the moment. Very, very cool. And congrats to her and her family.
Had a lot of nice words to say to the crowd as well.
Yeah, love that. About dedication, hard work. From Chicago herself. Hometown hero.
Yeah,
Shade had
that's
to miss a moment ago. Yeah, for sure.
From here.
Big standing ovation when the jersey went up. McElwain taking 3. Got it.
Nice. And if they could really get someone else like McElwain to knock some shots down from distance, that'll really help get DePaul back into this thing.
Maeve's 35th 3 of the year. Sophomore from Philly. 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 boards in the Blue Demons' last game. Lost to Seton Hall. Ball trying to snap a 3-game losing streak here today. Won't be easy against number 15 UConn. Ready to touch, 4 to shoot. Lost the handle. Steal for Peoples. Gilbert, the run out. The finish, the and one. Caitlin Gilbert.
Great call, and that's a nice play from Gilbert. What a play from Gilbert, who's had a terrific game in transition. Finishes with the bump as DePaul battles back in.
Told us today he thinks it's a very good team with all the injuries. Probably not a team that will maybe get that far, but 2 in the net as you check the CBS Sports Research team tournament projections.
Right. I mean, we're used to seeing them at a 1 seed always, but you know, Coach Auriemma told us before the game, you know, it ebbs and flows. And there's been times where, even though we've got all these championships, there's been a few years here and there where we haven't been as good. And, you know, I think that he was just kind of saying that to us because, you know, he doesn't ever give up on his players. I mean, it's amazing what he's done. And I can't say that he's the best coach ever because he gets the best players, but he's the best coach because he's developed the best players. That is something that has been impressive to see, because players get better. When they go play for him, they get better, and I think that it's a smart decision for Beckers to stay and continue to get better under his tutelage. You know, obviously there's other reasons for it, but you just look at all his players, and they just keep getting better, and they return.
People's really nice trail defense there, Julianne, a moment ago on the rejection. Gilbert did complete the three-point play. Foul before the break. Baseline fadeaway this time. A miss. Another rebound. Was pulled down by Edwards. Just had a huge game. That's 17 points, 13 boards. Dominant in the post again for UConn.
And she doesn't come off the floor, and she does it without fouling somehow.
Shakira McCline with the game. First time for DePaul. And a foul call off the ball. Jory Allen.
Yeah,
that's her fourth.
That's her fourth, and she's got the assignment of being all over Edwards, and it's been really difficult for her tonight. And anybody covering Edwards, you see right there, another foul. Just
Charlize O'Hara, yep, right back into the game for Doug Bruno. Doesn't matter who matches up with her. You're committing fouls, and she is really tough to handle. Two post players with Brady. That pass to Mule, hit it right in the face. She's hurt a little bit. That stings. Macro Lane the other way for DePaul. But Mule recovers after being injured and knocks it out of bounds. And you've been there a million times. The sting, right? It hurts.
Yeah, oh yeah, it definitely does. It's great hustle, though, here. And this is what Nika Mule does. She just exemplifies that toughness. You can't teach that. And those are the kinds of players Coach Orienla said he likes to recruit.
Tough night for Peoples. Team's leading scorer and leading rebounder. Blanketed by UConn's defense in a half court. Parks had a big game. Got by Beckers, 8 to shoot. Gilbert from the elbow. Little Euro step, lean in, the and one. Nice move for Caitlin Gilbert.
She's been all over the floor. She's been just so confident. But look at this terrific stride as she does this without traveling. A nice little fake and a step through here with the finish. She's been playing with so much confidence tonight.
8 make it a missed free throw. Setting up a 9-0 run, but Gilbert missed the free throw. 8-0 run for DePaul stands. That's accurate. Gilbert's played really well tonight. 13 points and 9 rebounds, so also nearing a double-double. 3 fouls for Edwards, but as you mentioned, Juliet, Gino Orienla does not go to the bench much with her at all. Beckers off the screen. Rebound, another one. Step back, a miss for Edwards. Brady is changed, fresh one at UConn. Beckers fakes the pass, floats in traffic, the and one. Paige Beckers is spectacular. What a move. And a chance for a three-point play for UConn.
Gino going with a little bit of a bigger lineup here, giving DePaul some problems in the rebounding front. The extra possessions leading to this Beckers bucket here. Nice job with the physicality from Beckers and the ability to finish in such a finesse fashion. She's an unrelenting competitor.
Is she the player she was before the injuries?
I think so. I mean, I think it's just a matter of time that you see her explode even more. I mean, I think she's had a little bit of trouble getting back from those 2 injuries, but she, to me, looks almost as good.
Parks had herself a great night for DePaul. Hits another one. Give her 20 points and 4 threes.
Give her credit. She's battling.
They call that a deep 2. Beckers in the lane, looking for another one. Doesn't get the roll this time, but does get right back to the free throw line to shoot 2 for UConn. Caitlin Gilbert's 3rd foul for DePaul.
I feel like UConn, too, this year gets to the rim a little more than they have in years past, though. They've really capitalized on what they're good at as a team. They don't take as many threes, it seems, this season, but they're capable of making a lot of them. They just seem to have more of an ability to get to the rim.
19th 20-point game of the year for Beckers, and 38th of her career. Hits a couple free throws. 21 tonight on 6 of 12 shooting. Had 20 the first time these teams met in January. McElwain with a banker in the paint. Nice job.
Nice job getting into the teeth of the defense. Doesn't have to be pretty. Call that bank.
Banks are open.
That's right.
6:34 Central Time. In Chicago. As our great analyst Pete Gillen.
On a Sunday night in Chicago. That is a good way to say it, Pete.
I
can't compare.
We love Coach. Brady, 6 to shoot. Edwards has been awesome tonight. Long range shot. Speaking of calling a bang, back-to-back off the glass here in our game tonight.
I think Edwards meant to do that one.
Wow. That's a tough angle, deep bank shot if she did, partner. That was awesome.
I know.
Beckers the other way, hangs and hits. Paige Beckers the and one again.
Well, that's
what a player for UConn.
Wow, and Edwards too, how impressive to score the way she did. That she came down with a ferocious board and got it to Beckers, and then Beckers, who has some hang time, uncanny ability to finish plays.
So Gilbert now has 4 as well. Allen and Caitlin Gilbert, 4 personals each, have got to sit down at this point with 1:21 to go in the third quarter for Doug Bruno. And Becker's big game continues. Just incredible. Hits the free throw. Continues the awesome night.
3-time Gatorade Minnesota Player of the Year, even out of high school. I mean, she's just always been a scoring machine.
UConn perfect on the year when she has more than 20. She's got more than 20. They've got a big lead. Here's Edwards other end, short this time from deep. And a rebound plucked away by Allison Shea, the freshman, team's 3rd leading scorer. Edwards runs the court beautifully. And the big goes baseline to baseline for a lay-in. Man, 21 points and 15 boards for Aaliyah Edwards tonight. How do you possibly defend that?
It's impossible. Nobody can put a body on her. And the players that have tried have gotten in foul trouble. And then look at her defensively.
Does turn it right over to Edwards. They have Peoples, contact, offensive foul. Edwards is doing everything imaginable for UConn in this game. Peoples has picked up her 3rd.
She's playing like such a worker here. Now, I thought Edwards was moving here, but maybe the push-off is what the call was for, but if she had not pushed off, I think that would have been a blocking foul.
Nesh Betancourt is into the game. Final moments of the third quarter here. Edwards the touch and the foul.
Again, Edwards getting it so deep in the lane. She's handling a lot of this physicality. You see the frustration mounting for DePaul's defense. And the fouls mounting as well.
3, Julianne on Charlize O'Harry of DePaul. Yet another player with 3+ fouls for Doug Bruno. And look at the numbers for Edwards tonight. Another huge game. And 13 players nationally shooting on the season 60% or better from the field.
Her approach to the game this year, and last year, obviously last year she had an incredible record-breaking season, but she's carried it over. Just the way that she's approached the game and plays every day with such a sense of urgency and competitiveness.
On a bounce, Peoples. Macro lane for Edwards. Anaya Peoples on the repost and lays it in. Good half-court set for the Blue Demons. Final moments of the third quarter. Jay can't hit this time from deep. Third quarter complete, and it's all UConn tonight. And the third, you're watching March to March, presented by Principal on CBS Sports Network. What a night for Edwards, another double-double. Points December 10th against North Carolina. She tied the Rape Maya Moore. Fastest ever UConn history to 1,000 career points. Those are some incredible names in Husky history. What a talent, UConn fans. Elated she'll be back at least for one more year.
Yeah, for sure.
Good off ball cut. Tori Allen back in the game with the 4th foul. Begins the fourth quarter with a bucket for DePaul.
Thank you for Paige. It's good that she's continued to brand herself with UConn and the Huskies and build her name.
Shade the miss. Gilbert. There's bumps. Inez Pettencourt, who had that last shot to end the third quarter. And let's face it, with NIL now, everything's wide open in terms of what players can be compensated for. Paige Beckers. It's going to do well. It's going to do well.
She'll do even better.
Big star like that.
Yep, yep.
But you love the loyalty to UConn for sure. Great for college basketball to have her back. Clark, nice cut off ball. Feed from Allen. And earns a trip to the free throw line here for DePaul. It's an arms race in NIL.
Yeah,
for sure.
It is. It's a very different world now. And, you know, that's what's hard for coaches. I mean, you've got to adjust. And Doug Bruno and Gino Auriemma, they've had to adjust to it.
Sophomore from Carmel, Indiana, outside Indianapolis. Had a big game tonight for DePaul. Coming up next, we're at CBS Sports Network in the Sunshine State as the world's best bull riders face off in a must-see event. It's PBR Unleash the Beast here on the 24 home of CBS Sports from Jacksonville, Florida. Free throw line, big game for Clark. Her career best came against Louisville, a huge 8-3 game she had. 8 threes. Had 32 against the Cardinals.
Yeah, very good shooter when she wants to be for sure. And it's important for Doug Bruno's squad too, and he told us before the game that the last time they played UConn, they've got to play the possession battle here. Take it in increments. Play the whole game like this. The game is a tie game. He doesn't want them to not keep playing despite the score, because we asked him about that. How do you deal with that when you're matching up against UConn and they pull ahead the way that they have? So we're going to have to take this as a possession by possession, get better and get better each possession.
It's tough to ask a question like that of a coach before a game, but he said, look, we lost by 37 last time we played them.
Right.
And I told my team in a timeout late in the game, do you want to practice or do you want to be playing a game? You know, this is better than practice, right? And the players agreed, you got to compete for 4 quarters.
Better than practice for sure, right?
Good feed down low. There's Ice Brady with a nice finish. Six for her in the game.
Wow. Gilbert's giving all she can possibly give.
Huge game. 4 threes. Kate Clark, the transfer from Michigan. Double figures now in 8 of her last 11 games. Been a big bright spot tonight. Paige Becker is one of several for UConn, looking for the N1 again, and right back to the free throw line for the Huskies. Gilbert is fouled out as you check the tournament profile. The SOS, awesome, right? The teams that Gino Auriemma has lost to all are fantastic this year.
Toughest
and the
strength
net
schedule.
ranking is the big key.
Yeah, the net ranking's huge. They have played the toughest strength of schedule in the nation. I mean, they've had some big losses, some key losses, meaning they were all to teams that are now in the top 16 in the country. So those were certainly not bad losses for them. And like I said earlier in the broadcast, you don't want to be someone that faces UConn in the NCAA tournament.
Gilbert has fouled out. Second career double-double for her in this game, but DQ'd for the rest of this one. One's out of bounds. Look at the teams, the strength of schedule, right? All the teams in the top 16 of the AP top 25. Top-ranked South Carolina, 5th-ranked Texas, number 6 NC State, 9th-ranked UCLA, and number 16 Notre Dame. And some tough non-conference games in the middle of the Big East schedule. Those huge showcase games. Didn't win them this year, but that SOS is awesome. Nice move from Allen.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Tori Allen's had a pretty good performance here. She hasn't backed down at all.
Doesn't mean they won't win them when it comes to March Madness for UConn.
Right, right. They're used to being in the spotlight, and that's why you don't want to face a team like them, even though they're not a predicted #1 seed.
Samuels, deep corner 3. Freshman, can't click this time. Back iron miss. It's out of bounds, back to DePaul. As you said earlier, Julianne, who in the world would want to play UConn in the NCAA tournament?
Right.
I mean, Gino can downplay the talent this year with all their losses due to injury.
Right.
But head-to-head,
you don't want to play them.
You don't want to play them.
The disciplined, well-coached team with a lot of talent.
Another miscue for DePaul. Net rankings, there it is, South Carolina.
Yep.
Awesome again.
They've been awesome. Dawn Staley's done something tremendous there. Of course, UConn's right there. Stanford with Tara Vanderveer. We were just talking about her at the break.
They won again today, beat Arizona State.
Yeah, they've just been bullish in their wins and efforts.
It's going to be an amazing tournament coming up. Can't wait. Samuels, deep three. Splash.
Well, it was interesting to talk to Gino about that. I mean, there are more really good teams than there were in the past. There used to be some really great teams. There are teams with like a few incredible players. And there was a little more of a drop-off, so a little bit less drop-off here in women's basketball. And nice job with the extra pass and the finish from Kaden Samuels, the Frosh. They love it.
Wow. Allen has fouled out as well, Julianne. That is 2 Blue Demons, Gilbert and Allen, who are DQ'd and done for the game. That was a big headline early, and it just caught up with DePaul. Among many things, most of the talent for UConn is just at such a high level.
Yeah, and they were not able to get quite enough from Peoples tonight. They were all over her.
6 points for Anaya Peoples on 3 of 10 shooting and 6 rebounds, 3 assists. Not the game Doug Bruno had hoped. He told us this week that Peoples had to have a huge game inside. They had to limit transition baskets, shoot well from 3, and tried to at least contain Paige Beckers, but that has just not happened tonight.
It's been impossible, and she's just so efficient. When she gets an open look, she is most of the time she's making it.
28 for Beckers on 8 of 14 shooting. So 12:03, surpassing Coach K. Tara got number 12-10 today, as we talked about, against the Sun Devils in Pac-12 play. Stanford really good this year as well.
And Gino doesn't necessarily even think about that stuff, he says, you know, and like we said, we spoke to him about it today.
Summerlin in the game, kick out. Mackerlane can't hit from deep. Another rebound for Edwards.
And UConn, as much as they're in the lead, they still run their sets. They still work on their development. That's what makes them so tough. They never stop.
Beckers through the paint. Spin cycle off the glass and in with the right hand. Something else for UConn, up to 30.
A clinic from Paige.
Wow. Turnover. K.K. Arnold. The N1.
That's just where UConn can really just be lethal defensively, but Paige Beckers has just been quite a sight here tonight. Paige buckets, just making it look so easy and smooth, and then in transition off the defense, off the nice job picking the pocket. K.K. Arnold there uses a lot of her speed and strength. I think her speed is probably her #1 strength, actually, is she can get it out in the open floor. She's just so good, but she's really learning how to slow down the game, and she's getting better each game this season, getting a lot of playing time for a freshman.
Could be the end of Paige Beckers' night. You assume so. Heads to the bench with 30 on 9 of 15 shooting, 11 of 13 from the line. Almost 5-time Big East Freshman of the Week. Another rebound pulled down by Edwards. Make it 17 in the game tonight. He has been fantastic in the paint.
She's been impossible to stop.
Mule adds to the misery for DePaul. Hits another 3. Doug Bruno has had enough.
Now you see he's coaching.
Timeout DePaul.
Possession by possession. He's going to keep coaching. And Nika Mule gets in the mix. Hasn't had a big scoring night, but bam! Knocks one from distance here to really pull UConn up within 100 here.
Her career best 34 points against Arkansas in 2021.
Yeah, that was when she was a freshman, I believe,
that's right? That's right, before the injuries.
After that loss, actually, that's when Coach Orana talked to her and said, I want you to take more shots. And then, you know, after that, it was like she had a game-clinching 3 against Tennessee. I mean, you just saw it as a freshman, what she was capable of.
Twice this year, Juliet UConn has scored 100+ points against Dayton, season opener. Scored 102, and then against TMU, that's Toronto Metropolitan. There was an official game on November 17th. 1:11:34. Sorry, December 20th. 1:11:34. So looking for a third triple figure game.
Looking like it's getting there.
Looking like it. 4+ to go. KK Arnold trying to get him closer. And one. Spectacular freshman guard out of Germantown, Wisconsin. Chance for a three-point play.
KK Arnold here does a great job just dribble penetrating. This is what she does well off the bounce. Again, absorbs the contact. A lot of players that can really go downhill with this Husky squad.
Anaya Peoples' partner picked up her fourth foul already in this game. Caitlin Gilbert and Julia Allen have fouled out for DePaul. KK Arnold completes a three-point play. 15-0 Husky run. Closing in on a century. Might get even closer here. Shade the run out with Arnold, who slows it up. They'll run at the half court here. Kind of like an extended practice, right? I mean, scrimmage in a way. Game's pretty much decided. Shade off ball, cut for two. Spacing, vision, half-court execution, operating away from the basketball. It is just something else for UConn. It's like a clinic.
It really has been. They've just gone on this huge run here, an 18-0 run. They've been unstoppable.
Summer lead of the game from Toronto. There's a trip to the free throw line here for DePaul. KK does pick up her fourth foul. 4 fouls for Edwards as well. Spectacular night for Aaliyah with 23 points and 17 rebounds. 30 points for Beckers. In this game, 5 double-figure scores for UConn. Lee has one more free throw. Didn't sense concern with Gino today. Sure did with Doug.
No.
Didn't sense concern that this would not go their way. Peoples' nice rebound. Off the lead, miss off the glass and in. Anaya Peoples' nice looking shot. But he still feels his Huskies have work to do. A couple games left regular season. They'll be the top seed in the Big East tournament. We assume they'll win that. They're about to be 16-0 in league play. That takes the basket. Betancourt, a freshman from Brazil, adds to the total, make it 100 points for UConn. Third time they've hit the century mark this season. Peoples not this time. A miss. Leah hand on the rebound and a foul call. So what's left for the Huskies? 2 in the regular season against Nova and PC to wrap up the regular season in the Big East and then the tournament.
Yeah, I mean, they can't take anyone lightly. I mean, obviously they never do. And Villanova's been somehow finding ways to win games, and they've been pretty impressive. And of course, at Providence, they've struggled a little bit this year, but they are going to want to finish the season strong. I mean, you want to go into the Big East tournament with that momentum. They have not lost in the Big East this season.
Wow. One more free throw for KK Arnold. The margin of victory, Julianne, in the Big East is extraordinary. Plus 23.4 points a game. Average margin of victory in Big East play, and the numbers are massive here tonight. Plus 41 after they beat DePaul in the first game by 37. I mean, the stats are mind-boggling.
Yeah, really, they really are.
Most ever for UConn head-to-head with DePaul, by the way, is 103, so they're going to surpass that, looks like, by quite a bit. Peoples tied up, and a whistle, and foul's going. Morgan Berry, freshman at 6'6" from Williamsville, New York. That's outside Buffalo. Team USA, excellence for her. Get some playing time here late. One of the all-time greats in Western New York high school girls basketball history. Pretty good track down. And Shade stays in the game here for UConn. 2.5 to go in the fourth. All Huskies tonight. All right, so evaluate UConn, Julianne, for the tournament. What at this point, now this is a one-sided game. Missed there from Brady. What has to get better for UConn?
Well, you know, I mean, I think any coach will say we've got ways to get better. I mean, you know, to me, when you watch this game, they did everything pretty much perfect. There were some defensive lapses, I thought, just randomly, where there was miscommunication on backdoor cuts or some help defense on like the opposite side, but those are all things that you can really clean up against maybe a higher quality team. You might get burned in those situations, but as far as I'm concerned, this UConn team looks pretty good going into the Big East tournament right now. But look at this block here, rotating over, just getting a nice piece of it. Now Samari DeBerry.
Nice sequence for her. Late subs here. And Brady the free throw line. Charlize O'Hara just picked up her 4th foul. And the lefty. There's one more here for UConn. 13 minutes against Creighton, last game for the Huskies. Depth is not going to be in Gino Auriemma's favor once the NCAA tournament rolls around, for sure, with all the key injuries. It's going to be probably 7 deep, maybe 8, but most likely 6 or 7 when it comes to those games.
Something else to answer your question: stay healthy.
Yeah.
That's
already bad enough, right? So the Huskies are tied. Their most ever in a game against DePaul, 103 points. Shakira McCline runs the show here, late going for Doug Bruno. 2 legends head-to-head in this game tonight. Fun to watch that. There's Carstensen into the game, hits a 3. Betancourt from Brazil. Only played a minute 19 against Creighton. The last UConn game. She falls down a couple times behind the play, so does Brady. She's okay. Looks like. Slow to get up. Carstensen. Back-to-back jacks. The freshman from Hinsdale, Illinois.
Well, this Blue Demons squad not afraid to put them up from distance. Doug Bruno's got to be pleased with the way they've continued to play and continue to take the possessions. You heard him in the timeout. You've got to continue to play.
I like that, right? No question. Great effort tonight. Just outmatched by a better team.
Right.
51.6 to go in the 4th quarter for Doug Bruno. Maybe he's got to buy dinner next time. Was there a little
maybe
side bet?
When he knew, he knew this would be a tough game.
Gino's agent, I guess, paid for dinner.
That's right.
We didn't get a total. We asked Gino how much the bill was. I bet it was up there.
Neutral, right? Neutral. It wasn't either one of them that paid.
Some great restaurants here in Chicago, to be sure. Shader's got one more free throw here. 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists last game against Creighton. 15th ranked recruit in the nation. Great talent for the Huskies. Walker, baseline miss. O'Hara can't hit. Battle in the corner. Bodies hit the hardwood. And DePaul will keep it here. 30.2 to go in the 4th. So Huskies will bring a 4-game win streak into the last 2. We'll change that call. It's going to go back to UConn here. Numbers tonight. Not particularly effective from 3. 6 of 22 from deep in this game. 27%. But their 2-point shooting awesome. Overall, 58% from the field. So think about that disparity. Their 2-point field goal percentage. And look at the analytics. Fantastic tonight.
Right, exactly. It was done with a lot of 2-pointers, not a lot of 3-pointers.
Final moments for Shea.
They're shooting 58% and being able to score over 100, that's not easy to do.
Ball game. Win number 1,204 for the Hall of Fame legend Gino Auriemma against his great friend and fellow coaching legend Doug Bruno tonight. 15th ranked UConn. 16-0 in Big East play. The 11-time national champs. Absolutely crushed DePaul tonight in Big East play. 16-0 with 2 to go in the regular season in the Big East. Heading into the tournament, UConn will be the top seed. Greatness clinched the 2nd seed spot in this year's Big East tournament. More coming up from Chicago. Paige Beckers and company, fantastic. Beckers had 30 tonight. UConn rolls.